Good morning. It's an early one. Nero's just got out of bed. Neekie Noodles and Mabel have had their breakfast and they're now watching because Yolanda's coming down from the top end of the farm because she climbed out over the fencing last night, which she has a habit of doing. But there, the lorry's all ready to take Nero, Neekie Noodles and Auntie Ren up for their x-rays today. Oh, Yodeler, you're not interested in breakfast now? Hida, did you enjoy having your best girlfriend? There we go. That's the shipment arriving. A big part of the shipment, because it's all the blocks that Michael's going to use. 3 lovely Frisian bottoms, all ready to go on the lorry. Neekie Noodles on the left, Ren Pen in the middle with her J-Lo bottom, and our colourful boy, Nero. You did like a pro. You have to just shift your bottom round now, Nero. Neekie Noodles, you get to look after the little boy at the back. Ida, there's not room for 4. He says, I'm just supervising. You don't need to go. All right then. Right, come on, Ren Pen. She and Neeka both like the back spot, but we'll let the older lady have it. Good gal. Ren and Nero can keep each other company out in the field. We get started on Neekie Noodles, who walked out actually amazingly well. She didn't look...
I was quite surprised
yeah.
She came off.
Yeah, she says, I don't feel my foot at all when there's a bit of adrenaline going.
No.
This is what they look like while they're still awake, but once they've all been sedated, we'll have 3 very sleepy horses. So make the most of it while you can. Yeah, that's not good.
Well, on the positive side, you got a lot of depth left.
Right. Okay.
But that's why I definitely would be getting definitely wouldn't be having a wet poultice on that, because you want the foot to be
as hard as possible.
As tough as possible. Yeah. I mean, it might be worth getting a blood off there to see what her insulin's like today, really.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. See, that's. See the difference there.
That looks all right, though,
That
doesn't
looks
it?
fine, absolutely
Yeah.
fine. Yeah, it's very odd to have it so much worse on one side than the other.
Yeah, but Femma was the same.
I know. I was going to say. Yeah.
And Bella.
Yeah.
They both got it in the one
I mean,
foot.
you can have it unilaterally. Where there's a weakness in that side, but it's unusual to have it so much more different. I'm just going to get a blood tube to get check her insulin level.
Yeah.
Change or progression of labours in the last 72 hours, static or getting worse?
Oh, that's really hard to say because she wasn't so bad with her shoe on.
Right.
And as soon as it came off, then it was dramatically worse because, of course, then she was stood on her sole.
Yeah.
I would say that she's no worse today than she was yesterday, but that's dropped within 2 weeks because it was the 2nd of May that Chris shot her.
Right. And just the reason I'm asking is whether it's worth starting. There's a medication which will reduce the insulin level quite effectively. I normally wait to get blood results before we start, which we'll get tomorrow. It's called ertagliflozin, and it just increases the amount of glucose that's excreted in the urine, so reduces the blood glucose and therefore reduces the insulin level. Try 1 foot.
But which is why I then think, is it related to the white line disease because it's weaker?
Yeah, it's not. It's definitely not possible.
Right.
Definitely not possible. Yeah.
So what should we do shoe-wise? Should we put
nothing.
heart bar? Nothing.
No. Because at the moment, if you put a shoe on, you'll be putting all the weight on the edge of a hoof and sort of taking the weight off the sole. Okay. You want to keep in that sort of big, it's not bed, but that sort of shavings area where she's going to be walking, have a well-supported sole. Yeah. And I'd definitely be shoeing her at the moment.
Right. Okay.
And you want the lameness and inflammation to settle down before you start thinking about getting a shoe on her.
So should we keep it dry poultice?
Yes. Considering how dry it is at the moment, I'd keep it open. Yeah. Because it's so bone dry, and as long as the bedding's dry, then that's going to be your best bet.
Right. Okay. I wonder if she'd be better in the arena because it's slightly softer in there as opposed to.
Yeah. No, that'd be good. Yeah.
As opposed to the wood chip. Have you got the previous ones? Why does that look like there's more of a gap there?
It's probably because it's been drilled out and the way the bones heals it. It absorbs bone before it lays down new bone. But then when you look on that one, that looks like it's fusing. That's front to back, so right in front. So it looks like there's that joint space there and here, and that you just can't see it. So that looks like it's fusing in quite nicely. I'm you'd have to block it to be sure, but I've probably been getting needle into it to be honest, not in the joint space. But it's a bit of a stretch to think that this isn't the cause of the lameness. Again, if you look there, you've got a massive bone spur coming up here across the. That joint's still sort of intact as such. You can see the joint space there. I think as I said on Wednesday, time is going to be far and away the biggest factor for him now.
Because during the surgery, they just drilled through here, didn't they?
Yeah.
But if that spur up there is causing him discomfort now, then do we need that part to fuse then, don't we?
Possibly.
Or would putting any kind of medication into that part make any difference?
You can see it's that bit.
That's
I mean on that bone spurs there still. I'd say it has progressed a bit since then.
Is that today?
Yeah, that's today. Yeah, and in November that joint space was definitely more visible. And same on the DP front to back. If anything, I think that's more obvious today than it is in November.
Right. So that's heading in the right direction.
Yeah.
But then, because you always said that there's very little movement in that joint anyway.
Very little. In all three of these, there's very little movement in all three of these joints. It's this one, the big sort of knuckle joint up here. That's where nearly all the movement comes from.
And that all looks fine.
Oh yeah. I mean, but this hasn't been touched.
So do you think that little spur could be causing him
more
discomfort or not?
It could be, but then so could both of these joints. I mean, in terms of which joints look the worst, these two look way worse than that. But then it depends on. I mean, these clearly haven't completely fused because you can see that there's bone lysis there. Although when you look on the bone lysis, which is just not looking bony, so it's black. So there's no lack of bone, if you like. So instead of looking like that, it's looking like that. So X-rays going through it, and so as time goes on, that should start looking more like that. as more bones put down.
So do I just keep him on the same kind of regime that I've got him on now?
I think I would, yeah. Because I mean, he's significantly lame at trot, but at walk he's
He's pretty good, isn't he?
Yeah. And he seems bright enough, doesn't he?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. It's more than bright enough.
Yeah.
You know, but yeah, when he has days where he might run around the turnout a little bit, he gets tired, but it's like I said, that last ride and lead I did with him, we were out for 35 minutes, 40 minutes, and he was still bright at the end of it.
Yeah. And what's John view-wise?
He's just on 1B today. Yeah. If he does look particularly sore one day, then I might give him another one, but I tend to keep him on the one. So there's nothing that we should be thinking about that would help support the comfort level if you could get an injection in there, like into that. I'm just thinking of that spur now.
I mean, you can get an injection in here because these two joints nearly always communicate.
Right.
So you could.
But would that not really do anything? I don't want to.
Difficult. No, I mean it's difficult. I mean, until you do it, you don't know. I mean, yeah, you could. I mean, that's easy enough to block. But I mean, I think at the moment I'd probably be inclined to give him more time. I'll send him off to Rainbow and see what they think in terms of progression and lameness levels.
You start. You've got another one.
I've got another one to do. Yes, I want to take it off. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
Okay, we'll chop it away, thanks.
She does, doesn't she? Yeah. I actually thought she looked brighter this morning.
Okay, can you trot her? Yeah. Thank you. Away again, thanks.
I put her on Nutriclin yesterday, a loading dose.
I mean, Nutriclin won't have kicked in that quickly.
Well, you wouldn't have thought so, would you?
No. It won't. It won't.
It's not worth doing it. What?
No. Well, I mean, the thing is, it's up to you. I mean, whilst it's here, we can take some X-rays of a hock based on what we saw on Wednesday. If I was just seeing it today, I'd say, well, she doesn't look particularly lame at all. So,
is that adrenaline?
Could be. Yeah. Well, I'd be surprised because she looks relatively relaxed here. I think, you know, if it was the journey, then yeah.
Yeah, because she is significantly better now.
Way better, yeah. If there's something in the field that she was distracted by, like you used to have alpacas in the horse, really, or what on earth is that? And then that can affect the lameness. But she had a spook there, but then she's quite chill, and so I think, she is looking better, and so we can X-ray while she's here, if you like, on the basis of what we saw on Wednesday. But if you just brought her up today and said, do you think she's lame? I'd say, well, not significantly, no.
What's like deflection was she?
She was worse, yeah.
Is it worth doing the flexion again, just to see?
Hard work with the gown on.
I'll take it off. You know, just bring her up here, friend. We'll turn around.
It's because they want nice, level, flat ground to live on. Yeah, left hind. Yeah, because that's the one that she had ruffling on her sesamoid years ago when she was 5.
Okay, thanks.
Come on. worse, was it, really? Or do you think it
I
was?
think she responded a little bit, yeah. I mean, again, not as much as she would have done previously. Yeah, I mean, there's definitely a bit of response there, but nothing drastic.
No. Okay.
Yeah, and so yeah, it's.
Well, we'll leave it then
So,
if we don't.
Leave it. It's fine.
Yeah.
And if you find she goes lame again, we can always X-ray her at that point.
At that, yeah. Oh, you're going to pee everywhere now. Sorry.
It's all right. I can wash. Oh, sweetheart.
Yeah, I mean, just this morning she definitely looked brighter.
Other than after the flexion, I mean, you definitely couldn't block her today because she's not lame enough.
No.
And then similarly, if we X-rayed her, saw an abnormality, and medicated her joints on the basis that it's like, well, let's sort of take a rough punt at what was causing the lameness. Because she's not lame, and she didn't go lame again, say for the next 3 months, you wouldn't know whether it was because she wasn't going to anyway, or whether it's as a result of medication.
I suspect that it's because our ground is so rough and uneven that if there are bony changes, of course, when she's on the rough ground, that's causing the discomfort.
Yeah.
You can't have a flat paddock. Maybe you need to move in with Hoitzer. You ready to go home? Is that a no?
Well, they're quite happy they have the green stuff.
Yeah. Although Sam was being very rude about Ren's peachy bottom. This is why we need trackways, Frey. Then we can restrict what they're eating a little bit better.
Yeah.
Except they'll still break through the fencing, won't they?
Yeah, I mean, it must be electrified because, you know, Yo was out this morning.
Yeah. We have to electrify everything.
Yeah, no words to say.
You don't even give me a chance to get your head collar off. Straight in here and straight over. He was a bit sweaty, so he just had a nice cold hose down. Do you feel better now? Can I take your hat off now? Because that's your pretty one. Hey, well, you shouldn't be making me anything anyway.
The bag says it, Ringa.
Just to make you smile. Oh, you always make me smile. Oh, I was expecting it to be soft and squidgy because you make soft and squidgy things. Well, apart from the pendants.
It's a very big pendant.
But it is a very big pendant.
Oh, I remember now.
Remember now?
Yeah.
Is this going to help answer everybody's answer the question about the things that you should be making next? No. Oh, is this not something? That's gorgeous.
If you turn it over, it's an
Oh,
adult.
I need to look at this first.
Okay.
Oh, look, with all the little flowers as well. It's Hoitzy and Jobbers.
And you've got some dry stone wall.
That's brilliant.
Turn it
That's
over
absolutely
because
brilliant.
it's adapted from that.
Oh, and that was just after he'd got away from me on the open day, wasn't it? And he ran down the arena.
Yeah. And I just love it because, first, I showed it to Jamie and she said it's the one and only time you might ever see Jubba's ears. Because I think there's one ear.
And his eyes.
And his eyes. And it really see the golden in his... I'm afraid it's gone a bit funny when I've sort of plastered it on, but that's to give you an idea that I've adapted it from that.
Just absolutely stunning. And like all these little bits of...
Well, that's found pottery.
Yeah.
And then there's Mia Flori, and then another bit of found pottery. These are just mosaics, some of which come that size, some of which I've cut to size. These are pebbles that I've collected from wherever. What else have you got? And then this is stained glass that you have to cut. So do be careful when you run your hands over it. It should be all right, but just...
You're so clever. You're so clever, and that's really special. Hoitzer and Jubbers. And I love that you've even got his little grey eyebrows up there.
And his star.
And his, yeah. Oh, thank you, lovely. Oh, you are good to us. You are good to us. That's just beautiful. You excited?
Mm-hmm.
What are you doing?
Starting a new job.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye. So Bailey's off to start working at Hales, which is the most amazing ice cream shop in Cartmel Village. And he's gone in there for his first day with the lovely Cheryl who runs it. So if you're ever visiting Cartmel, do pop in here because she has a ridiculous amount of different flavours and types of ice cream and all sorts of other goodies in her lovely shop here right by Cartmel Priory. Jamie's made a great start on the decking here, and he'll be back next week to get it all finished off. Then we've got that lovely flat area there Tony and Edward created, where the shed's going to go. It's all beginning to look so much smarter. How peaceful. There's Nero over on the right, Neekie Noodles and Mabel just had their lunchtime snack. And while Renska is in the friendship bar, as we've had a last minute booking for today, with a lady looking to conquer her fear of horses. Really, really lovely lady and her partner. And there were lots of tears to start with once she went in with Ren. And I'm hoping in a little while when she comes out, she'll be absolutely beaming. Look, we're up in Fat Camp. We do especially Fat Camp 1, and then we got Fat Camp 2 down in the arena. But you do get a tasty apple because we didn't give them to the girls down in the field. Oh, is that nice? Oh, there we go. You've dropped it. Okay. Yodel, would you like banana or apple? Oh, where have you gone? Yodel. Yoda, you don't want to eat a buttercup. We're going to go and do a bit of fencing, Frey and I. We've got Arthur up here. We've got posts. We've got electric rope because we are going to give the girls in Fat Camp a little bit more room over in the next door field that we call Tree Field. So we're not going to give them access to the whole area, but we're going to give them a little bit more space because we can keep feeding them haylage up here, which is fine, but you can't beat a little bit of green stuff. We're having quite a nice quiet Saturday, just looking after everybody. We've got the girlies down there, Mabel and Neeka. So Neeka's getting lots of support for her foot in the arena, but we've given them the treat balls so that we're slowing down what they're eating. And we're just enjoying the beautiful views up here. Well, we were, but we're going to go and get on with the fencing now. Did you enjoy that, you two? That filled a little gap. Now, you're not to eat Arthur while we're gone. Right, we'll let you through for now, just because we don't want you to chew on Arthur while we're in there. So you might end up free reigning around the farm if you disappear. But I suspect you'll just put your heads down and eat. There we go. We've increased their area with a little bit of temporary fencing. So that should keep them happier for a bit longer without needing the extra haylage. So there's not too much grass in here. So hopefully it can still be classed as a fat camp. What do you think, girlies? Don't run me over. Oh, did something scare you? Eh? It was very exciting. The girlies back out of their daytime fat camp in the arena, and they're coming in the round pen overnight, where they're getting soaked haylage to keep them going. They're all drinking lots and lots of water at the moment because it's so warm and so dry. Nero's realised that his girlies have left him, so he's having a little bit of a run round. So he's going to come down and go into his turnout by the horse walker. Oh, little man, are you ready to come out? Yeah? Look how neat you are with your droppings. You've done them all at the top. You made a nice little pile up there. The girlies don't do that. They poo all over the place. But you're very neat and tidy. Yes, I know. No, don't undo it yourself. I'm going to undo it now. You do love to roll in here, don't you? It's your favourite place. A bit like it's Annie and Prince's favourite snoozing place. You have had front line on your legs, so you shouldn't be as itchy now. There, we'll do a few of your exercises, and then you can go back into the turnout. I thought Annie might be a bit upset with the decking going up, but she can still get to the door, so that's fine. Although she did just pee outside here, so maybe that was her little protest. There you go, sweetheart. But you will be able to still come and chat, I promise. Watch the door. Is she a good girl? Yeah. Are you off on your evening travels? Where's little Prince Call? He usually follows you up here. Maybe he's off with Hidda and Ren. You good girl?
wake up in the morning with a smile on my face, feeling thankful for the love and the happiness we chase. Sun is shining brightly, sky so blue and clear. With every breath I take, I'm grateful you are near. So grateful, yeah. Thank you for the laughter, thank you for the tears. Thank you for the moments that we hold dear. Thank you for the love, thank